Hey guys, this is Daniel. So this is video number 4 about Purim. There's a lot of stuff, we cannot squeeze everything. So I want to give some of the guidelines of Purim, because there is obviously something going on, and the holiday of Purim I might have mentioned in the first video. Holiday of Purim is unique and is probably the most elevated holiday of the year. Sorry, to the extent that it says that the Yom Kippur, the holiday of the Day of Atonement, is like Purim. That Purim is even higher than that day, Yom Kippur. So, real quick, in order to connect to the energy of the holiday, in order to create a change, we can actually change our lives starting from Purim and on, completely eliminate and, like we say, decommission the power of Amalek. Has absolutely no reach, and we can strengthen our connection to our true identity, to Israel, to our true self, our soul, our purpose, our mission in this world. So we have few things that we are advised to participate. One is the reading of the Megillah, reading of the scroll of Esther. The scroll of Esther is called Megillat Esther, scroll of Esther, and the interesting thing about it is the Megillah is scroll in English, and Megillah derives from Gilui, revelation. Esther is the name of the Queen Esther, okay? And Esther derives, or very similar to the word Hester, which is concealment. So the reading of Megillat Esther is actually the reading and revealing the concealed. Now, if you had a chance to look in the Kabbalistic book of Esther, you would see that there is not even once the name of God. Not even once. But the names of God, according to the Yari, Rabbi Isaac Luria, the names are concealed in the text. So the Yari gives us the way, so we can actually, in the Kabbalah Center publication, you can actually see the names inside the Megillah, the reading. Now, the point is that it's not about reading the story, it's about actually pushing those buttons, the buttons that awaken forces in the upper world that helped the community in Persia, the Jewish community then, to overcome the force of Amalek, of Haman, that was manifested just before the construction of the second temple. So this is exactly what we use, by reading, by listening to the reading of the book of Esther, we get that force and we push those buttons. Every time we mention the name of Haman in the Megillah, the tradition is to make a lot of noise. The Kabbalists don't necessarily make noise, they meditate. They meditate that Haman represents Amalek, and we want to flush that concept of Amalek from our lives. And of course, later on in the feast, in the meal, when we drink, when we get a little drunk, we don't have to get wasted, a little drunk, so we actually decommission the force of Amalek. Okay, so that's the scroll of Esther, the book of Esther. Then we have the meal itself, that it's more talking about the meal during the day, the next day, we have like 2 readings, one at night, the other one is the next day in the morning. So after that, we have a meal and we break bread together and we're happy, and then we can drink and etc. and so on. So that's a very important connection. Again, advice to take the best benefit of the of the holidays. Now, mishloach manot. Mishloach manot, we are advised to give baskets of food, 2 kinds of food or more. We can give to other people, and it is advised to give through a messenger, because if you come to someone, let's say someone poor that cannot afford maybe to give back, and you give him something, he might feel embarrassed. But when you give it through a messenger, it lessens that feeling. And the idea is to share and care for others and bring people together. That's the main idea of mishloach manot, baskets of foods. And then we have matanot le'evyonim. Matanot le'evyonim is very interesting concept, that you give gifts for the poor. Gifts for the poor. So usually the poor, you give donation. You help them out. Give them a few dollars if you can afford more. The idea of gifts for the poor is, when you give a gift, usually you would give it to someone that you know, maybe your best friend, his birthday is coming or some other happy occasion, you give him a gift. So yeah, your friend, you're the same, you're on the same level, you're friends, so you give him a gift. When you give a gift to the poor, means you bring him up, you make him equal. It's a gift. It's not a donation. You don't have to be embarrassed about you, because when you give good donations, so you're always the rich and the other guy is the poor, it's not going to change. That's a donation. You give again and again and again, it will always stay this way. But when you give a gift, it's like you're both on the same level. And this is another concept of when we wear costumes in Purim, with these guys as different characters. And so one of the ideas is, when you walk into a room, and let's say it's the community, people more or less, and you say, oh, this guy is super successful, making millions of dollars, and the other one is a schlepper, he's a nobody, and then there is the real estate agent, and then there is a doctor and the lawyer. So more or less people, and you put them in your eyes, so this guy is probably the most successful, the other one is a little less, and then other people are not at all. But what happened when you put a mask? You put a mask, so you walk into the room and you look, and everyone are the same. You can't tell the difference. Everyone are the same. And that's one of the concepts of Purim, that everyone is the same. All of a sudden, yesterday, there was good and there was bad. There was Israel and there was Amalek. Amalek is like the negative force, and nobody wants it around, and we're trying to push it, we're trying to eliminate it, and we're not doing such a great job, if we look the track record. But on Purim, all of a sudden, Amalek disappears. Amalek doesn't have, again, decommissioned. He doesn't have that force anymore. It's like a raw material. You make whatever you want out of it. That's the force of Purim. So this is probably the long and the short of it, and one of the things we need to remember, that just like the day of Kippur, Yom Kippur, we have a special connection that ends with the Tfilat Ne'ilah, the prayer of sealing, locking the gates. Locking the gates. And locking the gates, it's like we reach the highest level possible through the prayers and the connection of the day of Kippur. And now we want to seal the connection so nothing can actually ruin it and bring us back down. Tfilat Ne'ilah. So without going into details, it says when we pray, it says that the gates are being locked, but we ask for another gate to open up, another gate, and that gate is for people that didn't do much to that point, and all of a sudden they remember. They say, oh, they wake up and say, oh my God, it's already the end. I need to do something. So there is a gate that opens for those people. Now on Purim, the whole day is exactly the same. The whole day, the gates are opened. And they say, anyone that asks for anything at all that is, of course, positive, anything at all, no limit. There is no limit. You receive. It's like automatic. You ask, you have a true desire. You ask for something real, for something true. You want to improve. You want to reconnect. You want to awaken your true self, your higher self. You want to connect with God. You want to connect to your friends, to your people, to your family. You want to succeed in everything that you do. It's given. On Purim, it is given. Kol hamevakesh notnim biyado. That's how you say it in Hebrew. Anyone that asks for anything, they just give it to him. Just give it to him. No, there is no calculation and accounts. So let's remember that, and we're going to have an amazing connection this coming Thursday night. And happy holiday to everyone, and big success. And I'll see you guys in the next video.